Will Steph Curry win his 5th ring this year? A 5th ring would put him in the same company as Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson. There is also only 5 players in NBA history to win 2 MVPs and at least 5 championships. And that'll be 6 if Steph Curry gets his this year. So here's why the Warriors will win the championship this year. As you can see, the Warriors started 10-2 this year. Every year the Warriors started 10-2 under Steve Kerr, they went to the NBA Finals. Steph Curry is determined to get ring number 5. The Warriors are a top team on offense and defense. Number 3 in the league in points per game. They are number 2 in the league in 3-point percentage. But here's where they've really been shining, and that is on defense. They are 4th in the league. Hey, don't lose focus. We got more to talk about here. Jerry Stackhouse has been credited with a lot of their defensive improvements. If you watch the Warriors in their dynastic run, they always get credit for their offense. They were always a top defense in the league. So the fact that they were not the last couple of years is a big part of why they did not make the NBA Finals. Jerry Stackhouse, as you can see here, gives out defensive grades every single game. He has a list of things that he is looking for, and if you don't maybe make a rotation or close out on a 3-point shooter, you will get points off. And why this is so genius by Jerry Stackhouse is because you have a team of NBA players who are super competitive. Nothing could be more annoying than going after the game and seeing, yeah, you won the game, but you got a C on defense. And so not only does it hold players accountable for missing rotations and stuff like that, but like I said, it also brings out the competitiveness. And that is something that drives teams to a championship. Also on defense, Golden State is holding teams to 43.5% from the field. Only OKC and the Rockets have better numbers. And teams who shoot the 3 against the Warriors, I talked about this in a previous video, only shoot 31.6%. That is a crazy number. Even if you don't know statistically that the Warriors defense is better, if you watch them play, you know that they are super aggressive. One of the things that they have done is they've gone to a large rotation. Remember strength in numbers? Well, that is the case this year. The Warriors lead the league in bench points. 58 bench points per game, which, by the way, is an NBA record. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, the record for the most points for an entire season off the bench is 53.2. So they are breaking the NBA record. Warriors consistently play 11, 12 people every single game. And why this is so unique is that they are basically asking every individual player to play super hard off the bench. You may not play 30 minutes, but your 15 minutes that you play need 100% effort on defense and offense. So this is how they are getting so aggressive and being able to be so aggressive on defense is because everybody's having fresh legs. And it's working because they are a top offensive and defensive team. It's translating to so many wins. They are number 1 in the Western Conference. There's also this. Steph Curry is going to be the oldest player in NBA history to have a month of 50-40-90. And Steph Curry can easily have a 50-40-90 season, which has only been done by, I believe, 10 players in NBA history. You want to know what one of the most interesting things about this season for the Warriors is? Steph Curry is playing under 30 minutes a game, and they're number 1 in the West. Please think about how crazy that is. What team do you know of where their best player is playing under 30 minutes a game and their team is top in the West or top in any conference? I'll wait. Strength in numbers was their motto years ago. It has to be their motto again because that is insane. You know what else is crazy? The Warriors won their first ring in 2015. You know what this year's championship would be? 2025, which means there would be a decade of Warriors championships. Obviously, they didn't win every single year, but the fact that they won their first ring, or Steph Curry won his first ring in 2015, and 10 years later, he's still going to win potentially another ring, his 5th one, and he's still the best player by far on his team. Think about how crazy that is. You want another fun fact? This is Steph Curry's draft class. You notice anything about all the players on this list besides Steph Curry and Drew Holiday? And I'm not trying to say this to bring anybody down, but on this list, Steph Curry is the only player besides Drew Holiday who have multiple championships. Not even just that, any championships. Drew Holiday has 2 because he got one with the Celtics this year, and then he got one with the Bucks in 2021. But other than him, nobody on this list besides Steph Curry has any rings. Not only that, but everybody else on this list besides DeMar DeRozan is out of this league. I'm sorry, and James Harden. My bad, James Harden. He is also still in the league. But neither him nor DeRozan, great players by the way, they never got a ring. Sure, some of that is due to circumstances like James Harden ran into Steph Curry a few times in the playoffs and stopped him from getting a ring. So I'm not saying it's all James Harden's fault, but what I'm saying is Steph Curry is potentially on his way to win his 5th ring, and meanwhile all these other players in his draft class are either retired or they don't have any rings. I hate top 10 player all-time lists because they're so subjective and it's so hard to measure someone's opinion against another person's opinion. And while I admit I do not have a solidified list besides Michael Jordan being number 1, that is the only thing I am 100% positive of on my list. Here's my second thing. If Steph Curry, to be honest, I kind of think he's top 5 all-time already, but I could see him being like 7 on my list. Like I said, I don't have a set list. If Steph Curry wins his 5th ring this year, he will be number 4 all time to me. And it's not debatable for my list. Again, I don't have a set list, so it's kind of funny. But he is one of the top 4. Maybe he's 3, I don't know, but he is top 4. That's my opinion. You can disagree if you want, but you can't deny this man's greatness. Maybe one day I'll sit down and write out a list, but it'll probably change. Like my opinion will change after some time. That's why I don't like making those lists. By the way, let's show Draymond Green some love here, even though it's not necessarily related to this topic, but Draymond Green is the top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year at this moment, and I don't think it's really even close. To be fair, it is still very early. Things can change, and there are plenty of great defenders in the league, so I'm not trying to shade anybody or slight anybody, but have you seen Draymond Green's defense this season? It's really insane. We've always known he's a great defender, and he always makes the timely stops and all those things. But his defense, his aggression, but like his poise is on another level. His ability, it's really crazy. Some of the defensive plays that he has made this season, I'm like, whoa, like, I'm just watching it and I'm thinking that's kind of crazy.